He woke up to the sunrise on a farm he used to love, but the fields felt kinda empty and the sky too big above. His daddy built that fence line back in 1983, but storms and time had taken more than any eye could see. He ran his hand along the wood, felt every crack and scar, just like the ones he carried from the choices made so far. He whispered, Lord, I'm trying, but I'm barely holding on, 'cause fixing broken fences don't fix everything that's gone. His wife had packed her suitcase just a week before the fall. Said, I can't raise our daughter while you're drowning in it all. He never meant to hurt her, never meant to lose his way, but work got hard, the bills piled up, and hope began to fray. He watched their taillights fading down that long and dusty road, and felt the weight of every word he never should have told. He dropped down to his knees beside the barn he used to mend, 'cause sometimes life breaks harder than a man can comprehend. And he knows he ain't a bad man, just a man who lost his ground. But even good intentions can tear a good life down. You can fix a broken fence, but not the time you let slip by. You can patch a busted window, but not the tears she used to cry. You can mend a piece of timber, but not the promises you bend. Some things break forever, and you don't get them back again. He found a little drawing on the fridge behind a note, a stick figure family his little daughter wrote. Daddy, please be happy in her tiny shaky hand, and that one simple sentence broke the toughest part of him. He grabbed his coat and car keys, drove past every memory, past the church, past the schoolyard, past the old oak tree. He didn't know the end and didn't know what he would say, but he knew he had to try before they slipped too far away. Found him at her sister's house, sitting on the porch. His daughter ran to meet him like a flame without a torch. His wife stood in the doorway, guarded but unsure, 'cause love can still remember even when it's insecure. He said, I ain't here for promises I know I can't defend. I'm here to fix the man I am, not just the things I've been. She looked into his eyes and saw the truth he couldn't hide. A broken man still willing to rebuild from deep inside. She knows he ain't a lost cause, just a man who lost his way. Sometimes the hardest healing is the one you choose to stay. You can fix a broken fence, but not the time you let slip by. You can patch a busted window, but not the tears she used to cry. You can mend a piece of timber, but not the promises you bend. Some things break forever, and you don't get them back again. But sometimes life gives second chances in the quiet of the night, when a man admits his failures and decides to make them right. And sometimes love ain't perfect, but it's strong enough to stay if you're willing to rebuild it one small piece a day. Now he's back out in the pasture with the sunrise on his face, fixing up that fence line at a slow and steady pace. His daughter's in the yard again, his wife is by the door, and the home he thought was broken ain't so broken anymore. He knows he can't erase the past or change the things he's done, but every nail he hammers feels like healing has begun. And though some things stay broken, some things learn to bend, and sometimes life gives back the things you thought you lost for good again. You can fix a broken fence and maybe earn another try. You can't undo the damage, but you can learn the reason why. You can mend a piece of timber and maybe help a heart to mend. Some things break forever, but some things find their way again. And as the evening settles on that quiet piece of land, a family stands together with a once broken man.